So if you want to see about the MA lines here, okay, I close other lah. So this is the MA line here lah. If you want to open, then you can go to the here got channels here in your right side toolbar. Then you can click this and then click this MA1. This is moving average line. So you can click it. If you don't want, you just click back. If you want to see it, then you click. So here we show you lah. And then you will see blue color is represent for long term, white color is middle, and yellow color is short term. Red color is middle short or middle short. So you can see it lah. If you are long, normally if you are long term investor, then you can more focus on the long term MA. Because why? Sometime the stock got adjustment is normal one. If you are long term investor, if you see the line didn't break to the short term and middle term, then you still safe lah, is it? But of course, if you see the long term, the MA line already in a downtrend, and then you see the stock price already break to the short term and middle term line, then you also need to be careful. Is it your stock is going a downtrend already? Then you need to do some analysis. Is it you need to leave now, or you still need to hold it? So you can come to your software here, and then you come to the channel here, and then click this MA. Of course, different investor, you can set different MA setting also. So we will talk later. So still okay, So we go to application notes of MA. Okay, for the application notes of MA here, assembly of MA. The short-term, middle-term, and long-term MA repeatedly strengthen in a range, and the phenomenon of convergence is a reflection of cost concentration. If the MA gathered at a low level that has fallen continuously, it signifies that the stock market will rise. Otherwise, it is necessary to be vigilant when the gather at a high level. So when we see the MA lines, sometimes you will see the MA line. For example, just now I opened the software here. Sometimes you will see the MA line is very far away one, but sometimes you will see why the MA line is gathered together like this, gather at here, because why here got different meaning lah. That's why here got say, if the MA gather at a low level that has fallen continuously, so it might signify that the stock market will rise. Because why? MA is very sensitive of the stock price. Is if the MA already gather together, gather all the line in the downtrend, so it may tell you the stock, the trend of the stock will be changed to upward later. Because why? There is something like gather all the power in the same place here. So after that, then will be changed the trend lah. So if you see all the MA lines even though it's short term, long term, middle term, all the MA line is gathered in the high position here, it may tell you will have a risk because why? The stock price already go very high so if the MA line is gathered together, means that it will change to downward. Also you can use the Homari rainbow I think all of you know about the Homari rainbow, is it? Homari rainbow also is a kind of MA line, moving average line. So you can use it to do the analysis also. So for the parameter selection, different stocks have different characteristics, so they need different parameter of MA to analyze. So the principle of us is try to find the MA that is close the price and can follow the trend. So you can do some setting at here. You click this signal and then you can come this MA here. So you can do some setting because normally we set is short term is 5 to 10 20 to 30, 60 day MA is middle, and then 240 days MA is for long term. So you can adjust at here you can adjust that how many days you want. But this is standard one. If you don't know how to do the setting, also no problem one. But of course, if you're very expert on this, then you very clear which term of the investment you want, like short term or middle term or long term, then you can set by yourself at here. Normally, if you don't know, then you no need to touch it. Okay, more safe. Okay. So we go to the next one. Okay, the blind spot of MA. Even though MA can tell you where is the buy signal, where is the sell signal, or the different characteristics of MA, but sometimes we'll have a blind spot in the MA also. The first one is in sideways. Just now I have told you, even though you see the golden cross or that cross but if your stock is in a sideways, which means also will not so accurate when you see the any signal of MA. Because why? Sideways is how to say is up and down, up and down, up and down very fast. MA line is so sensitive, so it will follow the price going up and down, going up and down. So sometimes it will make you confused. Is it can buy or sell sales? So if you see in a sideways, better you can ignore the MA . The second is in correction of a trend. How to say the correction of the trend? Because sometimes the trend is in an uptrend, but suddenly got some correction but the MA will follow the price. Follow the price going up or down. So it may let you confuse also. Maybe will let some people very scared. Oh, is it need to sell now or need to buy now? The third one is in local rebound or correction. Also sometimes if in a rebound or correction also the MA will be not so accurate. So this is the bright spot of the MA. The function of MA is not absolutely right. So you all need to remember of this. The main function of MA is to follow the trend, and its further push function is not absolute. So even through in the long-term MA, the support and resistance level can be broken through, and that false signal will also appear. So that's why we have to see the trend also, and then we need to understand ourselves is which type of the investor. Not only say that MA is absolutely right, because sometimes, like just now we mentioned, got the blind spot, then MA will maybe cannot function. So that's why you cannot learn one indicator. You need to learn another indicator, combine together, then only you can do a more accurate adjustment analysis. Okay, so we go to comparison between MA and trendline. For the MA and trendline, what is the difference for the MA line and trendline also? Okay, trendline we have talked before already. How to draw the trend line, if see the uptrend, sideways, and then downtrend, how you can draw. Okay, so for the MA and between the MA and trend line, MA is closer to price and easier to follow the trend than trend line. Because it is calculated according to the closing price for the MA, it will be closer to the stock price. So that's why MA is more easy to follow because MA is follow the stock price. The second, MA is less reliable and accurate than trend line. Because the MA follow the price just now I mentioned. For example, just now we see here, okay, if the stock price going up, then the trend line will go, the MA line will going up also. If the stock price is going up, going down, then the trend line will follow the stock price also. So that's why it's too sensitive But the trend line is formed through the high and low between the stock price So therefore, the accuracy of the trend is higher because we must know the trend will not end suddenly without a reason. So if we see how we draw the trend line, because we use the higher high and higher high, and then the higher low to draw the trend line So we know the trend is going up or going down now or in a sideways. Trend is not easily to change without a reason. So that's why if a trend is supported, the original direction will be more sustainable. So the MA is more susceptible to interference, while the trend line is relatively stable, allowing us to know whether the overall general direction is rising, falling, or sideways. So this is the difference of the MA and trend line. The third one, MA is more flexible, but it appears more failed signal than the trend line. Just now we have said that the smaller the parameter, the more sensitive it is. So it is easy to have a breakthrough. Maybe will let you ganjong to buy or sell because why? It's follow the price so easily got breakthrough. So the fourth, the stability of trend line determines the trading's response in reversal process. For the trend line is relatively stable, so when the stock price is about to fall below, we can find out a new trend. So the reaction in this part is relatively slow, but MA is closest to the price and will let us know the stock price change at once. So therefore, they need to be used in conjunction with each together, and the success rate will be relatively high.